Okay, time to introduce a great local comic all the way from Hollywood, County Down. It is the fantastic, brilliant Todd!
Nice to be here. The worst gig, I just want to tell you about the worst gig I ever did was in Dungannon, the comedy hotspot. It is Dungannon. And on the way up, it started terribly. This was about 2 years ago. It started terribly. Do we all remember the snow that comes once a year? And it's just a nightmare and a massive inconvenience, especially if you're driving. And I see the snow like a mental ex-girlfriend in that twice a year, you go down to your living room, pull back your curtains, and it's just there in your front garden. And your first thought is, I'm going to have to take a spade to that. Then you think I may as well wrap up and have a play in it, sure. But this gig in Dungannon was a talent show, and I normally just do stand-up gigs or something like this, but it was a talent show. So I thought I'll go and do it. The prize was $1,000, it might be all right. And I thought there would be other comedians, but it was a real working man's pub, and it was 14-year-old girls singing Rihanna songs for the pleasure of 50-year-old farmers, right, is what it was. And I strolled on to do a bit of stand-up, and I was supposed to do 20 minutes, but I did about 7.5 seconds. And said, if you all give me a massive round of applause, I'll just leave. And they took the roof off the place, right? And I thought, what a nightmare. And what actually went wrong at the gig was I was waiting to come on, and unlike Dermot, who brought me on very nicely, the barman was in charge of bringing the acts on. I was the first act on. There'd never been comedy at this bar before, so I'm waiting in the wings behind the curtain to come on. And this guy took the microphone, intimidating guy. And there was some people talking at the back, and instead of just going, guys, keep the noise down a bit, he took the microphone and started, right? Took the mic, he goes, hey, hey, hey! And then he said this, and I'll never forget this as an introduction to a gig, ever. He said, "We've a wee mad fella here. Going to try a bit of stand-up comedy." And it was an absolute nightmare. Not one laugh the entire way through. And on the way out, this guy stopped me, and I was just leaving the gig, but I was still on stage, so it was terribly awkward. And this guy stopped me at a camera, and he said, "Can I take your photo for the Tyrone Courier newspaper?" Yes, ladies. I'm that guy. Page 34. And I was like, of course you can, and thought, don't just stand there like the gig. I pose like this, right? Like big, stupid grin, right? Thumbs up. And forgot about the gig, just left, and did go home and forget about it. But a week later to the day, my mate James from Dungannon phoned me and said, "Are you sitting down?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You're in the Tyrone Courier this week." I'm living the dream. That's what I'm doing. And I said, "Is it just a bit of text as to who was in the competition, who won, and that sort of thing?" He said, no, it's a full-page photo of you with the caption, "Todd tried to make him laugh." You've been amazing. I'm Todd. Thank you very much.